The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
What's the fuss?
You guys are weak with it. I got a good one though. It's like a.
I felt good about mine.
Yours was okay.
Mine was the second one.
I've done so many beer cracks on camera. I just to me they're not so special anymore. I should really learn to enjoy, my roots, where I came from, cracking beers on camera.
And I think the trick is like not doing it too fast. You have to really appreciate
You got to
it.
savor.
Yeah, you got almost like you're in a movie or something like that. You got to like enunciate with not your words but your body.
Body emoting.
Yeah, emoting. Yeah, that's a great. I love that word.
Labels out
Is that how you
for
do
our
it?
friends on camera.
Oh, I have my.
It doesn't
labels
matter
out.
our labels don't have to face out on the microphones, guys. We're fine.
If you're looking, that one was on purpose, but this one was ironically placed. But I have great placement for the logos. Anyways, so it's been crazy. What? You're stoked?
Yeah, we got the mask on
Yeah,
our
now we're safe.
skull back here.
So we won't get devil COVID from a dead devil.
Yeah,
horned.
The
creature
skull
here.
in our background, if you're watching the YouTube, has a COVID mask on it now.
Yeah, well, it's like a crazy skull with horns. For anybody
it's the
listening,
toy machine skull.
But I think Borat would call that the skeleton of a Jew.
That's
not my words. That's Borat.
That isn't polite.
He says it in the movie. I'm just saying.
Is that
You can barely see the horns. He
Give
says
me
that in the
your
movie.
tears, Gypsy.
Yes.
I like that. That movie.
They
was,
have shape-shifted into roaches.
That's
Throw pennies at them.
shape
Like,
shifted.
what?
That's
God
so
damn
funny.
it. Damn.
That movie. When I was late to the party. I'd seen people were doing the voice.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
My wife.
Oh,
You're
my
like,
God.
what about your wife?
Oh,
Fuck, everybody's wife, dude. I don't get it.
Dude, our fucking 14-year-old the other day laughed at a very excited. She said that. I was like, you have not seen that movie.
She has, right?
I guess so.
I hope. I love it.
That means that young lady has seen an eyeful of cock already.
she's like, no, I've never seen that movie, Vanilla Face.
Holy fuck, that's a good one. Okay, my name is Rocky.
Let's do
Soka.
intros.
I'm the host of What's the Fuss podcast. This is episode 217.
Something like that.
Thank you for listening. John Hannon is my producer to my left here and with us as usual. And I'm glad that you've been a reoccurring character lately. I think you're the official third mic, right?
Yay! This is yet another show on my resume. I've been an official,
Pizza
unofficial third
Peisenberg,
mic.
Chris
of.
Coleman.
That's me. Yes.
You said 217, right?
I believe it's
did.
Yeah,
217.
you're right.
Yay,
Am I?
John verified.
Dude, I've been trying lately. I've really been trying. I've been trying to put out the little social media thingies. I hate social media. I have a love-hate. Everybody does. I have a love-hate with social media.
For sure.
I love trolling. It goes in my nature. That was a good one. You
like,
could have done that right into the mic.
That was a nice long burp.
I felt it coming out, and I was like, I got to share this
You know
with
what?
the world. So
you know
let me
what's
bring it to
funny?
the microphone.
I hated the burp into the. I didn't mind the burp into the mic for the longest time until I heard a podcast on a really good radio.
Yeah.
When I got into so in my truck. It does not matter what you do on a podcast. I can't hear. It's just shit in the. It's just wind.
Okay.
I have a work truck, and I also have a nice car. When I heard it in the nice speakers,
Okay. You can hear you can actually hear.
you
what
can
you're
hear a
listening to.
burp. It fucking rattles the window. It's like bass. It really is like bass. If you were in another car, you could hear a nice burp on a nice.
Well, it's funny because on our show, Funny to Informing, we used to do it all the time.
Oh, and they get mad.
And then
You guys got
actually,
some emails.
Adriana was the first one that was like, it just
Is
I
that
don't
how
know,
you
it
met
just
your wife?
sounds, it just, my wife, I know like a burp.
That was. You sounded like Dino from the Flintstones.
I don't know, but she was the first one to mention it, and I was like, okay, she's just being picky. And then we heard other people were leaving other even bigger shows than ours, and not listening to other like pay shows and stuff, and quitting subscriptions because of that. And I was like,
wow.
wow. And then I heard a few other people, and I was just like, it's unprofessional. So
you know what?
I'll save them for here.
It wasn't on purpose ever, really. It was because they would sneak
Sometimes
up
they
out
just
of me.
come out, right?
Yeah. So and then I just started really putting an effort towards not doing it, which actually was was a lot harder work than it sounds. You just
Yeah,
say,
you
oh,
get
don't-
used to burping on, and especially because we're usually cracking beers, and of course, what comes right after.
That's right.
But
Proof. We're Bloviated gas bags.
Are
I almost
we?
said Gloviated bass
I thought you were
gags.
going for bovine or something.
We're that too.
But when I used to when the show was different in the Beforentine, in the first 182 of the What's the Fuss podcast, we had a whole other kind of setup, different people. It was a whole different crew, and we used to do this thing called Force Feed Etchy, which everybody knew, and we'd give our producer at the time Etchy. He had a very pedestrian palate.
I was just thinking, John is kind of similar. Like, John doesn't eat a lot of crazy food.
Well, so
Oh, no, yeah.
First and foremost, he doesn't eat a lot of food.
No, he
but when he
doesn't.
does eat, it's really like naked
Smokes a
wings,
lot
hot
of
sauce on the
cigarettes.
side, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll smoke cigarettes for my sustenance.
Yeah,
It's
can I have
fine.
just a few cigarettes with some mild sauce?
non-menthol.
mild on the side, please?
But I don't know. He's opened up a little bit since I've been buddies with him. But we would get, even like English Dave, one of my very good friends. He came on the show. He brought us a bunch of English food, bread, pudding, and
Bangers and mash.
blood sausage sandwiches.
Hello.
Blood sandwiches. Blood sausage sandwiches.
Okay. Blood sandwich.
all kinds of
It's what
crumpets
it
and
sounds
shit.
like.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Lots of cocaine. No, I'm joking. English people don't do cocaine.
I was going to say, like, Welsh flake.
Wink,
What is
wink.
that?
Those on the YouTubes, they can see. But we would do that. And what the fuck was I getting at?
my first
feed
food-
Etchy.
chewing on the mic. People during that segment, it wasn't such a big deal. We would like, for some reason we were better on it during the segment. But I, as you guys all know, like now I don't do it anymore because I've been called down on it a few times. But there's been often, how many times have I sat down next to a fucking thing of beef jerky?
Oh my
And
god,
I'm chewing.
that's
You can
so
hear me
annoying.
digging in the back.
Oh, dude.
And then right when someone asks me a question, every time I'll put beef jerky on.
I've made the mistake a couple times of eating on the microphone during a show. Like, oh, you're not going to hear it.
hate
And yeah, it's not. It's stupid. Don't do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Either
with you, it
I
was-
just like I've done it before where I've learned I can't do both. You can't talk and try to eat. So if I eat, I'm just like
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
put the mic down. I'm like, carry it, John.
I don't know what I'm
Being a
ever
fat fuck.
thinking about. Like, I'm the host of the show. I need to be doing probably the most talking, unless I'm doing an interview.
Right.
Then I can. But still, why would you be eating?
That's what I'm saying. You still have to run the interview and
What
talk
I should do
for your parts.
is eat before the show, but we never do that. We all come in here like the fucking bag of hobos that we are.
Yep.
Behind you is a mess. Behind the camera is a mess. This
We
is
dump
the
all
only
of our
clean
shit on
part
the
of the
canoe
house.
and then we set up
There is a canoe right behind.
the canoe table.
There's a canoe, a punching bag, a couple Kevin Smith posters that are signed,
2
an
vacuums.
off-tilt lamp. It's exactly what you think it looks like.
Did you just call her a punching bag?
That's-
you guys can't see her, but damn, that's what you call your girl.
That's not nice.
It's an
okay?
actual punching bag. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
she wanted to fucking kill me yesterday.
I told you, don't call her that.
We had to go to the DMV for some stuff. It was already a big thing, and then she was like, "I want to go to." We went to get some Cubby Claws at the Altamont Mall because things are open. We go over to Macy's. She's like, "I want to look through Macy's." And I was like, "What are we looking for?"
Right.
Because she
things.
just wanted, yeah, exactly.
Oh, I
She
don't
just
do the
wanted-
browsing.
That's the worst.
I didn't. Okay, I swear I was not trying to start a fight. I fucking swear to God. But I was like, "What are we looking for?" So we can just kind of go to. And she's like, "No," and she turned around and she was done with it. She didn't even like fake turn around, like hoping I would come after her. She left.
Went on, right.
And then I tried. No, here's my walk of shame. I fucking was the idiot in this situation. I'm sitting there. I'm like, "She'll be back." They always come back, don't they?
Another
They just
Quaalude,
can't get
let me in
enough
the
of the
morning.
rock star. No, they just can't. And there she goes. And she fucking, I see her little ass now. She gets past at the end there. And the Altamont Mall, it's kind of a big square in the middle. There's only 4 ways to go or whatever. Well, she turned one corner and then turned the next. I was like, she's going to the car.
She's gone.
She
I was
just
like,
passed Housewares.
and she's passing Zoomies. All right, so we're good.
back, and
Yeah.
she's gone.
No, doing the shopping, I don't fucking browse. I know what I'm getting. I get what I
asked
get,
me.
and that's it.
She even fucking. This is what should have happened. I'm gonna go ahead and rewind, and we're fine now. Don't worry. It was cool. We had a great night with the kid last night. We played fucking board games. All that shit. It
Makeup
was fun.
sex.
It was good. Oh, we got to do quiet sex in the kids in the other room. But it's still a lot of fun because it's like a little game. It's
The
like
safe word is
can she-
whisper. Pineapple.
The safe word is you're crushing my head.
Bad timing for that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was, man. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go. I could expand.
It made Rocky stuck.
We all done.
Dude, no, it didn't make me stuck. It made me hold my fucking tongue for once.
Exactly. I was about to just start making jokes too. Nope.
Yeah. Nope. Not touching that. Well, we're gonna lightly get into it. It's been a little bit, but we're gonna for now. This is what I should have done.
All I'm saying is don't hold your breath.
Shut up. I couldn't. Anyways,
God.
I know you had to. You had to.
Oh man.
Okay.
Anyways, what I should have done. Now she asked me before if you've been there recently, which no, you haven't because nobody's been anywhere.
Yeah, right.
There are those couches in the front of like you know they'll have like a Macy's, a Dillard's, a JC, whatever, Penny, whatever, and in the front there they'll have a couple seats. That's normally where the weekend dad hangs out while they go fucking shopping or whatever. Now also. I know for a fact that there's a whiny wench in the mall. There's a whiny wench, and that's where you go get wine slushies.
Is that
there's slushies with fucking wine in them?
I've heard of it.
I'm real good with the chicken there. I'm not gonna. I don't know if she wants I don't know if she wants to be associated with anything right now. She's a real cool chick.
Cool.
Very great story. She's from like New York. New York. They got a weird family story, but I'll let her tell you. If you go on over to the Whiny Wench, they're not a sponsor of the show. But I go in there every time, and I grab myself a nice big slushy full of wine, and I go to the FYE over next door, and I buy shit for the kid. She likes anime and like weird stuff.
Okay, I was like, "What do you buy?"
Weird
at FYE?
candies.
Like CDs?
It's very
hey kid. Look, this is a fucking outdated audio source.
Here you go.
Check it out.
This is a corn CD from my time.
This is from my youth. It's called Panic at the Disco.
She likes Panic.
Oh, of course.
She likes pop punk. What I would probably give her is like maybe a Sneaker Pimps or something like something old.
Okay, I like that. Like the Verve or something.
Ooh, I didn't like the Verve.
I just remember they had one song.
I liked what my older brothers and sisters liked. Okay. So, when you remember we were on that. Anyways, I should have just gotten the whiny wench.
I digress.
And then whatever. But you remember when we were on that video call the other day, and everybody was like, "Man, Rocky, you were allowed to do whatever you wanted to when you were a kid. We just kind of wanted they were emulating me a little bit."
Yeah,
I was like, I was just trying
we all wanted to be you, Rocky.
I didn't want to say that, but somebody did mention that. My buddy Steven, he was like, "I wanted to be Rocky," and I was like, "I wanted to be skaters."
Who the fuck wants to be Rocky?
I don't even want to be Rocky for Halloween.
I don't want to be Rocky either.
For Halloween.
Me. It sucks. I can tell you right now. You don't want to be.
I know that's what he told them.
You guys
were stupid.
I walked in. My accountant told me that I looked like shit the other day, and I had literally just got done crying.
Okay.
So
it's fired you right back up.
Yeah. Well, I'm an empath despite my horrible, appearance and the way that I act and talk towards people. I really do feed off other people. And with all the protests and with all the stuff going on like that, I just wake up crying sometimes because I can feel the people around me. It hurts and it sucks. Maybe I hide it with all the jokes and shit, but like I really fucking don't like it when people are hurting, and I don't feel like there's too much I can fucking do, and like
it's a helplessness too.
That sucks even more.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck am I gonna do?
To be like a drop in the bucket compared to everything that's going on right now.
They say if you want to end police brutality, join up for the police force. I'm 33. I have back problems, drug problems. I have an arrest record. I've been to jail.
It's not in the stars for Rocky.
I'm not an ideal candidate myself.
Yeah, so like I can't do that. And
that's fine. We'll just join the military,
dude. I've talked to my black friends. They have conflicting ideas too, man. Some of my black friends feel one way, some of them feel another way. And we talked to Frankie last time on the podcast. Yep. He did a great job. Linear B, if you want to check him out on YouTube, he just started. So go give him the
Linear B.
Linear B.
Linear B.
Is that like Cuban B?
Yeah, that's where I'm getting that from.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Cuban B.
So, it's been a weird time. It has been. So I was actually thinking about this before we started doing the show, when I was getting everything together. I was, going over the last show. I wasn't listening, but I was just thinking, like, what did we do? What did we talk about? What exactly did we cover? And it kind of, I was like, that feels like it was a month ago. Like every day has felt like a week.
Yeah. Last week seemed like a long time ago.
It seems like a long time ago.
These weeks are getting
Some of the weeks are spread out. Sometimes they run real quick, though.
Yeah.
It's just,
and this weather,
it's been one of those stretched out ones.
This weather bums me out, too. Rain just fucking, freaks me out. There's a couple weeks in summer where we just get it every day. And
but I think they're calling for like another week of like rain. Like it
That
rained most of
sucks.
this week, and they're calling for a lot of days of it next week too.
it
So
sucks.
This year's just been so much. So yeah,
been a
and
weird
it's hard to think like
Typhoons are next. Is that what we're getting?
oh my god.
well, it is literally hurricane season.
They're
no
saying
joke.
Yellowstone is going to explode, or super volcano that's over there that's going to just erupt and take it. Like supposedly there's an ash zone, like a hotspot zone that it's
Can
going
we
to.
get rid? Can we do the asteroid before we do the hot geysers?
What-
before we
what
do
if
the
the
volcanoes?
asteroid lands in the volcano and plugs it up?
Plugs it up. That'd be
No,
perfect.
yeah.
Let's
Then
make
you know
that happen,
damn
guys.
well there's a God above. That's
I
the
know.
only way I'll believe.
Yep, truth.
It just swishes right into the volcano.
Yep.
Like wow.
God's like Kobe. He knows. Really, he's right here with me. Kobe shot that.
Yeah, but one thing at a time. We can't be having all this crazy shit be going on while there's still other stuff that we have to deal with first.
Yeah, let's fully get through COVID. Then we'll handle police
We're done.
brutality.
As a matter of fact,
then we'll handle murder hornets.
We have
then
a
we'll take
couple
care
of,
asteroids, then hurricanes, then super volcanoes. I mean,
You're,
it's a long priority list in front of you. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're falling behind on it.
you guys are getting ahead of me too. Actually, speaking of falling behind, I know that's the exact opposite. You look like a fucking biker at a bar or something.
Nobody's
Yeah,
mentioned it. I can't see for shit. I just see. Like,
I know you took off your regular glasses, and for those of you that don't know, Coleman wears prescription glasses, and they're all
prescription.
You know you
Oxycodone.
Your glasses have always reminded me of. Do you know the Hanson brothers, the hockey team from Slapshot, the three brothers?
No,
you don't know the Hanson brothers?
Bop?
No, motherfucker.
That's where
Not
no.
those
Bop.
fucking.
Oh, you mean Chris and his brother Jim
Oh.
Hansen, the ones who are famous for shutting down pedophiles?
No.
Jim didn't really get famous. Chris did. Chris Hansen, it's a joke. Anyway,
So,
go
but
ahead.
you can't even see right now,
what are we
right?
on?
You're probably blind because you have your prescription glasses
I
off.
can see general like if I want to read something, I have to like get that close. Yingling traditional lager.
The sacrifices.
I was
going to
say, what does this say? And then hold up a past blue ribbon. You don't know. What
I
the
can
fuck.
well, I know what you're drinking, so that's good. Yeah, I can see colors. Unlike Rocky, all I can
Fuck
see
you.
is colors.
Fuck you. I can see some colors. I can see
But that's what I'm saying. That's how I know
green and
things are
red
things.
and
Your shirt is
brown.
black. There is white writing
Black?
on your shirt, but I have no idea what it says, or
You
even
don't-
necessarily
you
that
you
it's
can't
letters.
Read that. Hold on.
Fuck no, it's a white blur.
Hold on. If you're,
white
looking
blur.
on YouTube and you can see what the hell this says. You can't read this.
Yeah, no, it's giant text, and I know what it says because I read it when I had my glasses on. So I don't want to. I don't want to pretend. But if I'm being honest, no, I can't. John's shirt looks like I see a dark speck.
That's
a white-
Notorious B.I.G.'s face,
I'm just saying.
sir.
Okay, it's a black shirt. Then there's a bunch of like a square of colors. It's just jumbled colors: black speck or dark speck, and then white speck, and then some lighter shit at the bottom. And then it's colors.
It's the B.I.
It's faded ass colors.
Iced out. I shall annihilate.
Hold me closer, tiny
Hey.
biggie.
No.
Sorry, that's another song.
Anyways, all right. So you did get ahead of me a little bit.
God
People
damn
were
it.
talking about the Wuhan flu, the Chinese virus, the COVID-19.
Wuhan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Wuhan. I'm looking for it now. So we have a couple of questions off the WTFP group, not the What's the Fuss podcast Facebook page, the WTFP group. If you want to join, it is no rules, but the only rule is no reporting and no racism. That's it,
Yep.
right?
Dick pics for
No
Rocky.
nudity, no reporting, no racism.
Why no nudity?
Because it gets flagged every fucking time.
It'll get taken down regardless.
And-
yeah.
and dude,
Call it
I
art.
let
Call it art.
people
dip
put-
your dick in paint and call it art. Just argue
Good.
that with Zuckerberg.
You good? That's a loophole right there.
I have seen some nudity on Facebook recently, and then I realized the way it got by was because it was art, but it was literally art. It was like somebody making a statement with her body, and she had no shirt on, and her nipples. I don't even think her nipples were covered, and they were clearly shown in whatever photo it was. But it was
I
like an
see it
art
all the
piece,
time, yeah.
and I'm like, that's how they get around it.
I saw one the other day that had it was a girl dressed up like who's the girl from fucking Batman?
Batwoman.
Margot Robbie.
Oh,
yeah.
Later.
What's her name?
How can I not?
Harley Quinn. Yeah,
Harley Quinn. Yeah. How did I? I'm a Kevin Smith fan.
I was
Anyways,
thinking of like the actresses,
there
like
was
Michelle
like a-
Pfeiffer.
Oh, yeah, let's go
there was
back.
like
Let's
that
go
would have
way
been
back.
that would have been I wasn't allowed. I wasn't very articulate when I was asking.
Eartha
But
Kitt.
I saw this little gif. I saw this little gif of this girl in a Harley Quinn thing, and she like pulls up her shirt, and I thought it was going to be when Jesus is staring at
Yeah,
you or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
It was
right.
her titties.
No
I've
cover?
been seeing titties on Facebook.
That's what I'm saying. See, they're slipping through. So
Yeah.
I think
the
sometimes-
nudity things are gone, guys. You
And
just share nudity on
Instagram. You can see a tit on Instagram.
Well, they on Instagram they have that whole free the nip
do
movement.
you know what
going
I
on.
had to do when I wanted to see a tit when I was 13?
Oh my God!
I had to watch scramble
Kazaa.
porn. Kazaa. Oh,
Scramble porn before Kazaa. Channel
yeah.
69. Ironically enough, I swear to
Wow.
God, it was Channel
You even remember
69.
you were on that everything.
It was called the Spice.
You were on that
Channel.
every day. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Did you have the Spice Channel? Which is
I mean,
funny.
we
'cause
had the
nowadays,
scrambly porn.
If you do Spice, it's a weird drug.
We had scrambly porn, but
Yeah.
yeah, I had to either or Kazaa. Well, I would have to download a few before I went to school, and then when I came home from school, I think I've told this story before. My friends are trying to hang out. I'd be like, nope, I'm going home.
Yeah, I
got stuff to do.
gonna check my
whatever.
email,
Exactly. And then you knew damn well and then you'd have to click on it. And then you're like, oh, my stepdad's gonna yell at me.
Yeah, or
I just fucked up the computer.
Or you were gone all day and you tried to download this shit, and then like during the day while it was downloading, somebody fucked up the connection, or the connection just lost.
You had to just type-
And then you came home and it was like it had downloaded
God, for
her
fuck's
face,
sake.
her neck, all the way to her
Yeah,
about her
almost to the nipple,
clavicles,
then your
and
sister
then you're
got
like,
on the
and then
phone.
yep, no more photo.
Yep.
You're like,
Oh
God
my
damn
God.
it, that took 8 hours.
Yep.
I wasted a day for nothing.
You just type in like random stuff that you want to see. Like I didn't even know, so I was like lesbian boobs.
Because they look different than regular.
I don't know.
boobs.
I mean, I think I was figuring. I was like, then you're gonna get 2 sets of boobs, mate. I'm just gonna double
I
our
see what you're
numbers here.
saying.
I'm a numbers guy. You know that. I'm pretty pragmatic for an impasse.
Yep.
All right, so we were getting to some of these questions on the WTFP group, and we'll now we don't have a ton of time, but somebody was asking what happened to COVID virus. That's over. We're done with that. That was never a thing. It's gone. Bye.
If you're 5G conspiracy, guys.
If you're under 85 years old, you'll be fine. If you're over 85 years old, I wouldn't go out to the rides. We're on a ride season.
Yeah, that's what we're at.
Riot
now.
season.
Oh,
Wuhan
riot.
season. Riot season. Wuhan season. I'm thinking of Bugs Bunny.
That's so good.
Hurricane season.
But it's like I don't know, a black guy and a white guy in this case. Riot season, brutality season. It's a cop and a George Floyd. That's what it is.
If COVID was in that oven, would I throw this lighted match in there? You might, Rabbit. You might.
Better than tossing Molotov
Hide me
cocktails.
too. Hide me too.
Remember Me Too? What happened to that?
Oh, that's still around.
Yeah,
now
all
I see
the
people ironically doing it. People be like, "Oh my god, man! I just fucking had the worst day." They'll be like, "Me too." It's like that's not. Can't do that.
I think you saw me do that.
Can't do that.
Because sometimes people will literally be like, "Oh, so and so or whatever," and I go, "I know, Me Too," and then I immediately think, #Me Too.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Just
That's
like,
not what I meant when I said
just
Me
like-
Too, but then I make a joke out of it.
There's a comedian that had a great joke that gays took refract. Oh, it was fucking Martin. Dimitri Martin. Gays, you took refracted light. You just
Refracted
took pretty greedy gays. But yeah, it's the
Dimitri
same thing.
Martin's pretty funny
They just you
sometimes.
can't ever say that word again or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I know you're pissed off. You can't say the N word anymore. They abolished it. You can't do it. Not even in a song.
Not allowed to.
That's your favorite word.
You know where I see it mostly is in the WPFT group on Facebook.
I was gonna say
join
written,
us. Check
I was
it
gonna
out.
say written in your sent emails. Is that where you see it most?
Only when I'm proofreading things I've written.
Is it on the inside
Mostly
of
in
your
my
clan hood?
manifesto. JK, guys.
How did we get
None
there?
of
Both
this
of
is
you
true.
are terrible.
All right. You know what? We'll get to some of these questions when we get back, and of course, we may hit the big issues. We may just do a nice, lighthearted show. Do you guys, before we get to break, do you guys have anything that you want to hear? I always want to hear some 69 Fingers, but we've got a nice little archive we can go through. Supervillains, we can go through.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Just because you said it first, also, but I was thinking Supervillains.
Me
Sure.
too, but I want something
Hey,
off their covers.
Don't be me too.
Hashtag
I love the fucking cover. Okay, man, you know what?
Moving Out's a great one.
Moving
There's
Out
so
is
many
a great
good
one.
ones,
There's
dude.
a couple of them. You're probably
Yeah.
not going to hear. Let me look over. Oh, we might have to hear a Pixies cover. When,
I know. Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one. And it's perfect for these times.
yep. We'll be back.
With your feet on the air and your head on the ground,
Was that a better one?
Yeah, I got the best one, guys. My beer's the best.
Oh yeah. Why don't you have a beer cracker?
I forgot, and I have a
Wait.
like a new
Did
open
you
beer
mean
here.
why don't you have a beer
Or a
cracker, or
beer-
why don't you have a beer cracker?
Like a beer that you can crack open? No.
Oh
Okay.
no! Why you ain't got a beer? What?
Oh.
I'm gonna not say that.
Okay. Yeah.
You're off the show.
You got me.
You've been official for one day now. That was Supervillains, a cover of the Pixies. Where is my mind?
Yeah. I love that song.
Absolutely love them too.
I love the original. I love the cover. You know, it was only recently that I put the two and two together that the Pixies song, Where Is My Mind? Like, I had never put together, like, the name and the artist of the song. I knew the song, and I knew the song mainly from the end of Fight Club, which is one reason.
Wow.
Which is one reason I love that song. And
late
it was,
to the game.
but it was years after Fight Club was even a movie and out on.
Oh,
and
wow.
I saw it at the end. Like, I was finally like, who sings this song? Like, what is this? And I was like, oh, that's Where's My Mind by the
How much
Pixies.
soap could Tyler Durden make if he lipoed both of us?
I don't know, but not only Bob had bitch tits. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, no, I actually. All right. So first of all, I love the Pixies. I've been a huge fan for a long time. My brother actually gave me a duffel bag full of like old tapes, like Beastie Boys and stuff, and like Pixies and like oh man, Screeching Weasel,
Oh, wow. Okay.
No Effects,
Is it
Robert
Lagwagon?
Gandhi, Lagwagon,
Yeah,
all that
this.
shit. And
Fugazi, like let's just
Fugazi,
keep
loves some
naming
Fugazi.
80s punk bands.
And I got really into them young, and then the Supervillains just came out a couple of years ago with a cover CD, and again they had a whole bunch of, they had a plethora of great.
Is it Billy
songs.
Joel that does Moving Out?
Yeah,
So they cover
and
Billy
they also
Joel?
do
Yeah,
George Michael.
Yeah. A Careless
George
Whisper?
Michael's, Careless Whisper from George Michael's.
Buddy.
They did a great one, and obviously
Sexy
the Pixies.
sax on that shit. Yeah, that's one of my favorite albums of theirs. Everybody loves their original stuff. I do too. I love those guys. But that album was fucking great. I was like, wow, these guys. I was like, they picked some
That is-
really crazy songs.
I'm not gonna give away too many secrets, but the Pixies is a great album to make love to. If it's on and you're
That's revealing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's my mind? Oh.
No. You won't be talking. You'll have a mouthful, sir.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good one to eat your
Okay.
chick out to.
Oh, okay. Thanks for assuming it's a woman.
Oh, do you eat out your boyfriend?
If he's nice.
Red 'em wide.
If he plays his cards right. Sorry.
You are so offensive. You are irreverent, sir. You're irreverent.
I learned
Now
it
you know
from
how I
watching
feel.
you, Dad.
Oh, where'd you get this? Your stash. You took my shit.
Yeah, right? where'd you even learn how to do this? I learned from watching you, Dad. Oh,
You
so you
learned how
stole
to-
my fucking drugs, too?
Yeah, I was about to
So
say,
these are
and-
my drugs. Thanks. I got to go get fucked up to deal with the fact that my kid's getting high.
You learned how to suck dick from me. Okay. Sorry. So you've been really in my drawers watching my tapes now.
Yep.
All right, so let's get on to it. We have a couple of questions, like I said, from people that are on the WTFP.
We're never going to get to them. He's just going to say we have a couple of
Yep.
questions for people. And
Speaking
never-
of questions,
Listen.
let's answer
I'm
these
just
questions
letting
before
you
we answer
know.
these questions, guys.
I'm just letting you know we have a bunch. I'm not saying I'm going to read them. I'm not saying I'm going to answer. I'm letting you know that there's a whole bunch of questions there. If you give a shit, I mean, it's not
I
your
got them.
business.
You want to look at my screen? They're here.
Yeah. we have some questions. Moving on.
We are popular.
So,
So what'd you guys bring to talk about?
okay. Nothing. We got all these questions and nothing to talk about.
I'm at a
All right.
loss.
So someone did ask, this dude's from out of town. Todd, what's up, man? Current update on the protest in downtown Orlando. You guys were kind of on scene for a little bit. What did you guys see?
We were trying to go down there a little bit. They, you could see we didn't go into the middle of the protesting.
We made it
because
to our bar. No further.
We said
got drunk.
this is what happened, really, because
Yeah.
we wanted to go. We saw where all the protesting was going on. There were cop cars kind of all lined up blocking the street,
Yeah.
and then a mass of people. But we wanted to go grab a drink first, so we turned right before that.
Hey, you can't properly protest
Right?
without
Let's
a
get
few.
loose, you know? Here's the thing.
Come on, a few
We were-
fuzzy navels.
My whole thought process was we were going to show up and not be protesters, not be pro coppers.
I'm not rioting sober, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna bite my tongue, but our whole mission was we're gonna show up and just like get some audio clips of people and be like indifferent third party, almost like the like journalists, because John and I are professional journalists, so professional we never made it out of the bar. But
Yeah, we went to one bar to another bar and just kept drinking all
yeah,
night.
but
Just-
we on our way down we saw that they were doing a I guess
heard
it
that
was
most of it was
Breonna
really
Taylor's
cool.
birthday, and Breonna Taylor was another person of color murdered. They police kicked in her door on a no-knock warrant, had the
What
wrong
the
house,
fuck?
fired 20 rounds and hit her 8 times. And killed her.
Super necessary
in the wrong
stuff,
house.
guys.
Nothing
Good
ever
job
happened.
out
Nothing
there.
ever happened. To the police
Because the husband got arrested, and
What
I think he got
the hell?
off after.
Yeah,
because it's so
obviously.
but
So anyway, it was her birthday. She was another victim of this whole mess. So people were down at the at City Hall, which is right there at like South Orange, near South Orange and South Street. I think it's Anderson, maybe.
Yeah, I've had to pay a lot of
right
money
around
there.
there, South and Anderson. Yeah. So they were on the steps of City Hall, just doing like
I heard most of it was pretty.
a service type thing, not even like a it was not tense at all from what I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
I know in days prior
It got
has
a
been
little
very
crazy.
tense. There has been John and I, it's funny, John and I have heard both sides of the story on this. People we both know and follow, actually both local comedians in town had been down at different, like I guess to the same events, but just in different crowds. They didn't know each other were there. And one's telling a side of, be careful, the cops are only out to tear gas. They're going to block you in and they're intimidating people to not leave areas. Although you can leave the area, but everybody's afraid to try to walk past the cops. You know, they line up like in solidarity. That's what he's trying to say.
Excuse me, guys. Can I squeeze?
Yeah, it's
through?
one of those. Like, you
I
can go, but
gotta put a quarter in the meter.
Yeah,
it's a
my
game
meter's over. And
Holy
curfew.
fuck. Oh,
I set my
Lord.
meter to end at curfew. I gotta go.
Red Rover, let me over.
Blue Rover, you dumb fuck.
Holy shit, John, that was fucking gorgeous.
John, line of the show.
Wow.
Once again.
That really was line of the day.
And so
Red Rover with the fucking arm. They got their shields up and shit. Pepper spray.
you like knocking?
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, so he's,
You're like,
he's
guys,
claiming,
each one of you grab my hand and give me a little push start.
he's claiming that, the police are like kind of intimidating people to stay in certain areas even after the curfews come and people are kind of wanting to leave. And then shortly after that, they start firing tear gas on the crowd. And he's purporting it to be police fired tear gas, so then people threw stuff back. Then we hear other sides that people are throwing stuff, so police are tear gassing back.
Yeah, I've heard both, too. How do you
Because I believe it's probably true on both sides.
Yeah, it could be.
Both
And
sides have
I mean,
fucked up, I'm sure.
honestly, the vibe, because I have been in stuff like this, and I remember one time we were at a fucking parade, fucking protest. I remember one time we were at a parade. There was a bunch of hellraisers down one street. The next road was all families. The vibe of these things can change street to street.
Oh,
so there may
a crowd
be
and a crowd's mentality can
be-
change on a dime.
It could be a group of friends. It could be a group of strangers. Whoever. It may be it does. Dude, this is a volatile situation. It's a fucking time bomb, anyways. And so maybe everybody goes down because I gotta tell you, I think overwhelming majority. I would say, I don't think I'm going out on a limb here. Overwhelming majority don't want their city to burn down,
Right.
and it to be on fire.
Right.
They really want the attention, and they want the attention of the local authorities, and not just that, but the powers that be.
Yep.
Yeah, they want to be heard.
They
Those
want, because
at the top of the police force and above that, elected officials.
Orlando is a super diverse city. I love it.
Yeah.
My friends are every creed and color. We have like, it's very gay friendly. I
have a black friend.
It's super open. It's super
Humble
open here.
brag.
And just because, and you know what, I used to kind of have a little myopic view on this. I was like, well, I don't know any fucking racist. So this is like, who the fuck are we fighting against? Well, now I'm pretty goddamn sure. People have made themselves vocal online, and
I was going to say, social media draws them out of the woodwork.
It hasn't been anybody
For sure.
I know, but it's been
Oh, yeah? You're
screenshotted
lucky.
stuff they'll put on Twitter.
I know
you
people.
know racists.
I've had an interaction yesterday with a racist who
yeah.
shared in our Funny to Informant group on my comment thread a video purporting to how systemic racism was all a lie and how it's like some Alex Jones type shit.
Oh, see,
So
here,
and it clearly
that's a weird
exists.
thing.
And he's
we talked
arguing
about
with
that
me.
on the last show.
He literally says that racism is rare. His quote was, "Racism is rare," and it does exist,
Depends
but it's
on where you're at, man. It's
a
rare if
way
you're in fucking
smaller
Orlando.
level than what I was saying it was. It's not systemic. It doesn't start at the top. It hasn't been going
Dude,
on
you're never
since
gonna
slavery.
All right, so you're never gonna save the world. You're never gonna save these people. Like
I know.
if I'm arguing with you online, believe me, I'm having fun and like joking
Me
around,
too.
and probably
or
being
I'm just
sarcastic.
angry. I'm not trying to. You know what it is?
I'm often really sarcastic. I will take up
I'm
the
a
other
smarmy
side.
Some bitch.
I'll take up like the other side for like no reason, and I'll like in my head I've got like I don't know what I'm
then
doing.
at the end of the
I'm being
whole
a
rant,
troll.
I love it. At the end of the whole rant, you come back and you're like, "But yeah, you're right. All lives matter, right? That's what we're talking about."
No.
It's all lives matter, right? Okay, that's what I saw. You racial.
You know
piece
what's
of shit.
funny?
Gotcha.
Yeah, never mind. We're gonna skip on past that. Do you guys want to go? All right. So a lot of people were really asking what happens with the Chinese virus. What are we doing about that? Are we even worried about that at this point? Or so many so now we're at the point with all, and we can't even get past the fucking rights. With all the rights, the social distancing is gone. We're not doing that anymore.
It's far less than it was. Well, it's funny you bring it up because it's also in the whole coronavirus vein. They just started here in Florida as we record yesterday and Friday. They started back phase 2, where it's all bars, movie theaters,
Everything's open,
all restaurants, everything's wide open, but only at 50% capacity.
Fuck that! I went yesterday. They were open.
We went to bars yesterday too.
Oh, okay.
We
Hold
saw
on.
it
So this
firsthand.
is what they mean by 50%. 50% of their chairs were locked in the back room.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
100% of the bar is open. Also,
They had more seats in the
I
first
had
bar.
the-
They put a seat. They put 2 tables on the stage because they didn't have music.
That's hilarious.
So they added more room
It
to
was
our
crowded.
favorite bar. It
I
was
had the
crowded.
pleasure-
We sat outside. It was beautiful.
I had the pleasure of going to the fucking DMV yesterday.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. And this is exactly why I'm not for
Talk about humble, man.
government running healthcare and stuff like this, is because it's the same people that run the DMV that are going to be in charge of all this other stuff. It's going to move at a snail's pace. In Canada, yeah, you can get your leg fixed for free, but you're going to be waiting there 2 weeks. My buddy is living proof of it. I know a buddy of mine, professional skateboarder, broke his leg in a very nice suburb in Canada, but because
Lost it to gangrene.
no, I mean he stayed
Why did
there
you
with
lose
it.
it, Canada?
He stayed there for 2 weeks with it, but he didn't pay a motherfucking nickel.
Right,
When he
right.
walked out, it was scot free. But I just don't want the people at the DMV running anything. I don't want the government doing anything. They suck at it. It seems like they suck at everything. So I don't want them to have any more money, and I don't want them to do any more things.
You talk
because
about bloviated gas bags?
Yes, there
the
we go.
government, bro. That's who the fuck they are.
Every time you say that, it gives me a little what? Did he say we're gonna get? We're gonna get struck down from YouTube.
Such a tongue
no.
twister.
Bloviated is like fat.
It sounds
airbag.
homophobic. I don't know what you're
It's
saying.
no,
but
no,
it
not at
sounds
all.
homophobic.
Not at all.
Okay, this isn't.
Whoops, Googled it. I was way off, guys. Let's stop saying that word.
Bloviated.
You never know what's going to offend people. All right, let's move on past this shit. Now, all right, so what happens with COVID? It's gone. And that kind of, ironically, it's a very odd transition to this. But somebody was asking about, I said something about somebody told me that I looked like a bag of shit recently. It was partly because I was fat, partly because I was crying, partly because I was wearing flip-flops in public, and I brought this up. Now, a lot of people are saying that flip-flops are just absolutely not attire for outside. And in Florida, because these are all people from out of state here, flip-flops are not standard attire. How do you run in case of an emergency? In
kick
Florida,
them bitches
you kick
off,
them
bro.
off.
Right.
Dude, I didn't even
You
need to
run the
tell you
best
the answer.
barefoot.
I didn't even need to tell you the answer. You kick them bitches off, you go, man. Fuck them Vulcan flip-flops.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think like
You know how many
our
bears of
ancestors?
flip-flops I bought in my life? You know, if I cried every time I lost a pair of flip-flops, I'd never stop crying.
Do you think our ancestors on Pangea ran from dinosaurs in flip flops? No, they had no shoes.
Pangea.
They ran. That's how they escaped dinosaurs.
Is that your original birthplace, is Pangea?
Pangea?
Okay. What part? Northern, West?
That's like a southern.
Okay.
A
From
lot of racism in southern Pangea.
mountains
Let me
of-
tell you
I'm
about
wearing
it.
the
like-
mountains of Caucasus.
I'm wearing like Batman. slipper
Why are you
things.
holding him up?
God, now his foot's out,
With
and there's
no-
no sock. He
with
has
no
no
socks.
socks today. Oh, I bet those shoes stick like shit, John. You got to wear socks with your shoes.
No
Doing
socks.
the old, what are you wearing there? What are
We
you
all
wearing?
got, like,
Are
fat-
we all doing? Oh man,
I love these because they're like
not
boat
one
shoes.
lace between us.
Yeah, no.
What's your
Look, I
excuse,
got two
John? You're not
laces.
fat.
I don't
These
know.
are the most comfortable shoes I've ever owned.
I was lazy today getting ready. I just did not. I was like half-assed putting my clothes on, and then I just slid into these
I know
babies.
14-year-olds that would make fun of you for wearing that shit. I got made fun of for wearing a goddamn Thrasher shirt. I was like, you don't understand. This was cool when I was a kid.
This guy tried to show off those shoes in a room full of
Hey, kiddos.
at the
I have candy and Batman shoes.
in a room full of adults recording a secret show with Sean Wasson. People got on this whole shoe rant and we're talking shit about each other's shoes. And John drunkenly goes, "I got Batman shoes," and I was like, "Damn
get
it, John."
drunk and throw up in a paper bag every
listen,
time you go
yeah,
over there?
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
trying-
This was pre-throw up. Let me finish though. He's like, "I got Batman shoes," and I'm like, I brace myself and I'm like, oh, they're going to roast him. And everybody goes, those are fucking cool. You got the coolest shoes. And I was like, this
You're
motherfucker
lucky.
swoops
Any
by
other day of the week,
with
they
the
would have
Batman Walmart shoe.
They would have nailed your ass to a cross,
Right.
and taken a picture. Any other day,
They were arguing about shoes on a real level, so I wanted to cut the tension.
He did.
A
He
little
tried to
bit.
cut the tension drunkenly.
And obviously my shoes are fucking badass. I mean, they have
how do you
Batman
argue
on
about
them.
shoes? How?
They're bat ass.
Badass. That was not.
Those shoes were the first things to have COVID. I'm guessing that.
Oh yeah, I've
Those
I know
shoes came
for a
from a wet market in Wuhan.
I know for
thrown
a
up on
fucking
these shoes.
fact. I know for a fact. At some point in my travels, I got it.
Oh yeah.
I never felt bad or anything, but I
If
flew.
you get the blood test, they'll test your antibodies.
Dude, I went from California through Texas, Louisiana.
Yeah, you're right.
I was in the nastiest place in the world. We were in every bar. This is
Texas.
right
Oh,
before
you went
that.
to
We were
Texas?
on. We were
Enough
on
said.
Texas. We were in Ubers. We were in the air. We were taking
Oh, yeah,
flights.
planes?
We were
Oh,
doing
buddy.
everything, and then we got stuck in the Keys.
Oh wow, that is for real humble brag. Poor guy.
Oh no!
Stuck in the Keys.
Well, we didn't know if we were going to be able to come back.
Fantasy
terrible.
Fest. There was dicks
I wanted
and
to
tits
stay
everywhere.
there. We were
Hated
working.
it.
We were working, and I wanted to stay there. I really did want to stay there, but I don't have
Forever.
I mean, like
Was that the
she's
one-
got more responsibilities than I do. I live my life fucking like Motley Crue or something. Like I
Only way less cool.
It's sex, drugs, rock and roll for me. She's at home taking care of the kids. She got the finances in order. I'm out getting high with you guys.
But the drugs are
eating chicken
prescribed.
wings.
The sex is boring and vanilla, and the and the rock and roll is pop punk.
I eat
Damn it, I
pussy
had
like
an- I
a
had an
sucker
answer
fish
to this
cleans a
earlier.
glass tank, bro.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm worth
The only one I
keeping
really
around.
didn't believe was the sex is vanilla one. I believe the other two.
Yeah.
The drugs are lame. The music is
Crazy.
terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm off my drug game.
Pixies.
That was a long time ago, and the alcohol is actually taking a backseat too now. Yesterday, I was like, well, I know for a fact that alcohol does not go well with even if you aren't lactose intolerant. Alcohol in any cheese product, milk product is going to have it's really bad for your liver.
I like a beer with my chocolate milk.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about cheese.
That was a bad
Who doesn't eat
choice.
pizza? Who doesn't eat pizza and fucking
beer?
beer?
Love it.
You know, well, cheese and
Yeah.
and alcohol, they don't go well together. Your liver, it's whatever. It's a bad thing. And also, I'm lactose intolerant. And so yesterday, I knew for a fact that I wanted some Reese's cups later in the day.
Ooh, okay.
And I can't eat Reese's, even though it's lactose-free milk. I still think it's not going to work. Or whatever.
Strategizing for when he eats. Like
I
7
literally,
hours
I had
from
to
now.
pick. Am I gonna have beer, or am I gonna have candy?
So his life is sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But
Or-
then in the same breath, he has to decide Reese's Cups or PBR.
It was an Angry Orchard. It was a
there you
rosé.
go. Oh, that's extra sugar.
It was a rosé.
Yeah. Then his glucose spiked. He had to prick his finger, and it was night time.
Pussy.
Rosé or go gay. I like how you just spiked the camera as you said spike.
Do what?
You
What'd I do?
you look dead into the camera, which
I
is a
did.
big no as you said
No, I
spike.
like that's my gem from The Office.
Yeah. Oh, is that no? It's not from the.
What's his
Oh, I
face?
thought it was from Scrubs. You spiked the camera.
Oh.
You're looking at the
Oh,
camera. We're
yeah.
not supposed to be doing that.
Well, I do. I
all look
frequently
at
address
the
the
camera.
camera.
You don't acknowledge that
Let's
it's
look
there.
deeply in the camera's eye.
See, but this is what makes the YouTube version of this show so much more worth it. If you just search "What's the Fuss" podcast, these video versions are up here.
Yeah,
if
you
you're
can see
listening
our
to it,
ugly self. It's
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, the last thing of the day, the cringeworthy, newsworthy, and I don't really, I mean, it's just a weird, I mean, people are going to get the wrong idea by this, but I say cringeworthy, I'll explain myself, is it looks like Joe Biden will be the DNC candidate.
Yep.
It
I
looks
thought we
like-
all knew this forever.
I know, but I thought,
I told you they're not going to change horses mid-race.
I know. Well, I didn't know that he would be the sacrificial lamb. I really didn't. I thought that they would try to do a little better, and they didn't do.
wish.
I mean, it's some fucking rough times. I mean, how are you supposed to? If this was just normal every day, like you remember in like 2014 when you're like, oh, Ludacris is out. Like there wasn't like huge
Chicken
stuff.
and Beer, great album.
You know, like there wasn't like huge things like this
Ooh,
every
bitch,
single
get
day.
out the way. Yeah, that was my
Like-
biggest concern.
We're literally every single day we're dealing with huge topics, life-changing events. The world will be different after this, way more than 9/11.
That's what I was going to say. Do you think anybody is out there right now
Who wants the
wasn't,
fucking
that
job?
wasn't stepping up before
Tony
is now
Sa-
like, now
We've
the
been
country's
try-
burning and
we've been
blacks
trying to
hate
tell
all
this guy.
cops, and it's a fucking mess. Let me see if I can.
We've been trying to tell this guy since I don't know how long about The Sopranos, and season 1, episode 1, when they're talking to Jackie, the old boss, he goes, "I'm thinking about naming a successor," and he's in between Junior and Tony because one of Chris Maltasanti ripped off one of Junior's trucks, and he goes, "I'm thinking about naming a successor," and he goes, Tony looks right at both of them. He goes, "In these days," and he sips his coffee, and he goes, "Who wants the fucking job?"
Right.
And he ended up being the obviously the.
You're right. It's the you know what they say is what is a leader if not reluctant?
Oh wow, you love yourself a documentary. Have you seen the one about Joey Ocean, the real Tony Soprano, the one about the Jersey mob?
No, Joey Ocean. I was thinking Frank Ocean.
Is it Frank Ocean?
No,
Frank. No, don't
Fuck
listen
you.
to him.
I was about to say it's either Joey. I don't think it's
Yeah,
Johnny.
the
I think it's Joey
documentary is
Ocean.
Channel Orange. Terrific album.
Would you?
Rocky bit on that one.
Can I suggest
Please.
a documentary for
What's
your
it
show?
called?
You're on Funny to Informing. You do a What's Up Doc.
do.
That's your segment, kind of like we do newsworthy, cringeworthy, and their John's Main Fuss. You do one of the. I would suggest, and you can find this on YouTube. I don't even know. It might be even like a 48 hours kind of thing or whatever. But it's about the original Jersey mob, and they are the stupidest bunch of characters, and they liken it. They're caught on camera going, "You seen this new TV show? Is that about us?"
Oh, really?
They're on fucking video. These guys are just as
What you
dopey.
don't know what it's called or
I can look
what's
it
the
up.
guy's name? Joey Ocean.
Joey Ocean, I think. Johnny Ocean. Somebody's gonna fucking roast me in the comments.
That's
I know,
fine.
they're
If
gonna be
they do,
screaming
and
at
they
you.
do it in the group.
I
where
would
the
I would
comments
look
all-
up mob documentary original Sopranos New Jersey mob. That's
sounds-
exactly what it is, and I would love to hear your review on that because it's this is where they got all the ideas. Like the place that they hang out, Satrial's, is right down the street from the
pork
actual
market.
place
Okay.
from the place that these guys used to hang out.
Oh yeah, and
So
absolutely. In the
they
intro,
were filming around the corner from these guys.
Yeah, you could tell in a lot of the filming was done there. In the intro to the show, they're driving down the turnpike, and you see like all the New Jersey shit. You can
I've
almost
never been
smell
to
it
New
through
Jersey.
the TV.
I can't wait to go
I
to
drove
New Jersey.
through it, and it smells.
Man, I was gonna go to Boston here in August, but it looks like
talk.
I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna be here with you losers.
Yay.
So yeah, well, I just the only reason that I was saying this is cringeworthy, newsworthy is honestly, I have nothing against a different candidate, somebody other than Donald Trump in there, provided they were fit for office. I'm not saying that the Tangerine Man is. I'm not saying anything. I'm not on anybody's side here. But I'm telling you right now that Joe, I've heard him talk, and I believe he's suffering from some sort of dementia, if not. I'm trying to click into it here. If not some other sort of thing, he's just he's a career politician, and also he's done more harm for the black man than anybody. He was the one that put all those black men in prison in like the 90s with Clinton. I mean, this dude's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, well, and because Trump's old and Biden's older than Trump.
Hell
right?
yeah, this guy's Trump's not a politician. He's a fucking lucky He's a businessman.
Yeah, you're right. Here's my defense of Biden. Does he remember doing any of that?
I fucking doubt it.
Does he remember he's racist?
But
Maybe he
honestly,
forgot.
I think the man should be at home with his
He
family.
sniffs people's hair. That's how he knows who you are. It's like
Hey.
a dog. He forgot who you were. And
Oh, that
John Hannon. I gotcha.
Could you imagine him walking up to your fucking daughter and smelling her ass, not letting her get away? You remember that one where
That'd be
this on
creepy.
stage? There's this young girl. She's got like strawberry blonde hair, and she's just sitting there like I don't know if she's accepting an award or whatever the fuck, but he is all
Does
up
that
in her
look right?
shit.
It's kind of mocking up the intro. But
Yeah,
it's like
maybe.
a 40. It's only 50 minutes. It's not like a full movie length.
that's probably it. I'll tell you in a little
It
bit.
just says the Real Sopranos documentary.
That is exactly the guy.
That's
I'm
it?
looking at him right
Okay,
now.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
That's
It's
the
only like
mother-
50 minutes. I think it's only on YouTube, but whatever. I'll squint like a pop and watch on my phone.
Yeah, dude. Wow, what are you doing there? Are you
Squint like a
freestyling?
pop,
Go ahead.
Watching on my
No,
phone.
what do you?
Are you going to do a freestyle about how shitty John's podcast is?
Oh no!
What? Oh,
Do the worst freestyle I've ever heard about hating on someone else's podcast, please, because the bar is fucking low.
I will tell you. Fuck it. I'll say it. I started writing I don't know, a rap song, like a self diss rap about me and John's podcast, like about ourselves, a la B Rabbit at the end of 8 Mile,
Allah be praised.
a la Akbar. But
Yeah.
you remember the end of 8 Mile, B Rabbit, and the whole Eminem does it's the whole freestyle battle, and the way he wins it is
I've seen the beginning of every movie, but not the end. I fucking
you're right, you fall
asleep,
asleep.
dude.
But okay, well, spoiler alert for you and everyone. If you haven't seen 8 Mile, it's fucking 15 years old. Go watch it. But at the end, Eminem plays a character
Juggalo.
named B Rabbit. and he's in a freestyle rap battle.
That's
and
not his real name.
In the movie, he plays a character called.
That's not his Christian name.
No, it's not. He's Allah
Goodbye,
Akbar.
Chip.
He's Muslim. You're throwing me off course. The whole premise is he wins the rap battle by taking the power from the other guy, because the whole thing is like dissing each other. You know, I'm going to do this and fuck your crew and blah, like all this terrible shit about your mother.
That's
and
racist. He should.
No, it's not racist because they do it to each other. Everyone does it to everyone.
I feel like he should.
So he
subvert
takes the
and lick
power
the
and
black man's
makes
boot.
the whole thing about himself. And he's making fun of himself.
Oh, I
making
do
fun
remember
of his best
that.
friend, making fun of where he lives. I did grow up in a trailer park. I am
first
fucking
name is
poor.
Terrence.
All this shit. And Terrence and Clarence's parents have a real nice
there it
marriage.
is, yeah.
And he goes to private school and all this shit. And first he hits him, but then he takes it all on himself. And the guy has nothing, and that's how he wins. So Allah Akbar. I was gonna do like a little rap about myself and John, but that's another project I started and never finished.
Yeah,
Maybe one
That
day it
could
can
be
come
in your
to
shitty
fruition.
song.
Allah Akbar.
Sorry.
Which part? I'm like,
how
which part?
you didn't finish the actual song.
Oh yeah, how we start things and don't finish.
Yeah.
Noted.
I mean,
it's fitting, right? I mean,
Noted. No, that's great.
There
I
you
love it.
go.
Anything to make fun of us.
We didn't even get to Kanye burning his fucking hat.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, he's not a MAGA guy anymore. Who fucking needed him in the? I mean, who gives a shit? I don't know. I mean, at this point, finding people that are like truly MAGA is kind of hard. I know roughly 5. I can name them. I'm not going to.
They're pretty vocal.
Oh, what you talking about? Trumpers?
Yeah, like Trump. I know
a lot, dude. And I was saying,
I know
hate
5.
I hate to draw the conclusion, and I'm not going to say that all Trumpers are racist. They're clearly not.
I know their first and last name. Because, dude, you.
But
go ahead.
The Trumpers that I know currently are also the ones in the All Lives Matter camp, in the not wanting
I don't
to
know
open their
anybody like
eyes
that.
to systemic racism. They're deniers. They're problem deniers, and they try to subvert. It's not
a good
all
way to
Trumpers are that, but all the
phrase
Trumpers
that.
that I know currently.
I like your phrasing of that. Problem deniers. That's a good one because that can go for a lot of people, and you're not necessarily, it's addressing the question.
Well, because I think sometimes some people that, especially the people that make the argument all lives matter, like they don't understand that when it says Black Lives Matter, like one, they're not even
saying
wrong.
White lives don't matter.
Yeah, they're not wrong. And then
They're not saying only Black Lives Matter.
And it doesn't say only Black Lives,
Right.
yeah, but it says Black Lives Matter, which is something that is just to gain awareness for the issue that we have in this country. But it's like some people read it and they see Black Lives Matter and nobody else's does, or something. Like they add on.
This
shit.
is my thing. If someone says Black Lives Matter, how do you even go? Like, what?
Yeah. Do they really?
Yeah, how do you even try to
How do
like
you listen to
"Yeah,
yourself?"
I can fix that with this.
Right.
Like
I know a couple cops that'll tell you different. Sorry.
I don't know how anybody looks at that.
And
It's like
it's-
that's wrong.
Yeah, but
No,
I mean,
it's
I'm not getting down on the sidewalk and taking a knee to any fucking man, black, white, and different. Never mind. That's a good fucking way to get beat up. But like, I'm not taking a knee to anybody or subverting to anybody. But yeah, Black Lives Matter. I mean, in the long run, I think Black Lives Matter is a subvert of all lives matter, but like Black lives too. Can we like all lives won't matter when we know that black, white, everybody. When we'll get to that.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
like, and it's already assumed. Obviously,
all the other lives are the ones not being fucking murdered at a crazy weird rate.
And
Black ones are right now. So like, let's focus on that. Let's put that house on fire out, and then we'll worry about your house, which isn't yet burning.
That was a great.
It's a great analogy.
Is like you're like somebody's trying to put a fire out on a house,
Right.
and then he's like
You're
the whole
next door.
neighborhood matters,
Right.
And you're like, yeah, but only we're talking about this house.
Let's start with it's a
Fuck.
priorities list, right?
Shit.
I said the
This
super
one's on
volcano was
fire.
at the bottom of a list 9 items long of priorities. All Lives Matter is at the bottom of a list of priorities behind Black Lives Matter right now. So
yeah,
that's my thoughts on
no,
it.
that's a
go ahead.
But what do I
that's a
know?
Great point. And
I burp on microphones and do fart jokes.
I burped on and off. At first,
same.
At first, I was trying to be like nice and be like burping off camera if you can
Oh,
see it.
you leaned
And then
back, but I picked it up so hard. I'm
Oh,
like,
did you?
I was like,
I tried to burp it like into the kitchen, and then by the last time I just did it in the phone. Now I'm farting, just pooping myself. Wouldn't be a podcast without mentioning poop. All right, guys. I really don't have too much shit to plug. If you want to go over to the website, grab a T-shirt, that helps us out a lot. But more importantly, I would call up your local lawmakers and give them a piece of your mind. You can find their numbers all over. I don't know if you're in Orange, Seminole County, or even in the state of Florida.
If
but
you're
I
in
know
Florida and you want to talk to your senator, Google Voldemort.
that's cute.
Adorable.
Just let it sit. Just let it sit.
I love a good crap.
Expectum votronum. I got nothing.
Fuck.
No, he's choking.
Killed him right there at the end.
Beer went down the wrong hole. Damn.
It's not the first time something went down the wrong
2020 went down the wrong hole for me.
hole. Damn right.
Yeah,
Damn right.
It's tough to digest right now.
Guys, go check out Funny to Informing anywhere that you find podcasts. These guys do a great show. Not as great as this, but I mean it's okay.
We try.
Yeah, and I mean you guys honestly, went down. You only made it as far as the bar, but you attempted
I know,
Right,
we
yeah.
tried.
to do something. I'm sure you guys
Let's
talked
get
about
audio
that.
clips. Nope.
My favorite segment now has got to be Tuttle's 10 Minutes. I love
yeah.
Tuttle's 10. It's so
Tuttle's 10 is
fucking
fun.
good.
We're waiting on another. I think we
We got a new
fun
one coming this
topic.
week, and it's another good topic.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I like
It'll be
that
a
you
good
wear
time.
the Notorious B.I.G. shirt. That's a teaser.
Really?
That's all I'm
1,
gonna
2,
give you.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
John can count, folks.
Can you add in
What's after
it's the
9?
10 crack commandments right there? You can do it if you want
Oh
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Put that in, please. Save the show.
On the
Put that in.
YouTube, we just stopped and stared at you as if it like just like in the
But when he-
audio how
when he
it stopped.
feeds it into the
video's
podcast,
not
it's
too
gonna be
much different. So
awesome.
yeah, you can.
It'll burn. No, it's
Oh, he's gonna leave it. He doesn't want to do that work. He's like, I
Oh.
gotta find the clip, pull the clip, put the clip in.
no. I'd rather just be
No.
embarrassed. Fuck it.
Well, before I crash and burn, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I love you. We out this month.